Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Steven Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about why the Shark Tank panel business model works so well.
I have a lot to say.
Well, the reason we're talking about Shark Tank is that Jill and I just drove back from Scottsdale on a holiday weekend, and it took us, instead of
Way too
6
long.
hours, it took us 10. We watched every single episode of Shark Tank that we've ever not seen. You know that show started in 2009?
That's not that long ago.
It's almost 10 years ago.
Oh.
It's 10 years old. It's a lot of
so.
episodes.
I guess so. Yeah, we binge watched most of them.
I mean, yeah. Why does it work so well, do you think?
I
Why does that show work so well, or is it just us?
think we love it. I think part of it is it's us. You know, it's like there's shows that you love that I don't love, and vice versa. So I think there's something about it, and I think it's it's an entrepreneurial thing. I bet there's plenty of people out there that, you know what's funny? Here's why I think it works. Because there's two sides of the table. You and I see the investor side and the entrepreneurial side, and those are the seats we want to be in. And
We are in.
Exactly. And I'm going to talk about that too when we get to the show here. But I see us over there, and I think the other side is where a lot of people are going.
That's what I think.
I just want to get my idea. I know that I have the latest and greatest toaster or whatever it is. If I can get this new toaster / garage door opener in front of the right people, like these guys, I'm gonna make some money. So I think that's
totally
why I think it's popular then, because it covers both sides.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well said. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community.
Sanju asks, "Hi all. I just got the membership a few weeks ago, and I'm trying to read and understand everything I can.
Good.
One question that is coming to mind is in Land Academy 1.0, the cash flow from land program, the focus is on rural vacant land, whereas Land Academy 2.0 focuses on infill lots. I understand that by doing both, you're mitigating risk through diversification. Are there other advantages to doing infill lots? Thanks in advance." Well, I got two.
Go.
Well, number one, infill lots, the transactions are usually, there's more money involved. It automatically pushes you into an area where you're probably not going to buy an infill lot for $500. You might, but a lot of them are higher dollar amounts if you're hitting the right areas. And then my second thing is, you're not closing the deal. That's one of the things we really talk about in 2.0 is looking for and seeking out those bigger dollar infill lot transactions where it's a paved subdivision, you're spending more money, and escrow is doing all the work. You're going through a normal escrow with title and all that, and they do the work for you. And I love it.
Here's a financial example.
And I could do more that way.
A financial example of each. You buy a 5-acre property in a desert state like Utah, Colorado, Arizona, southeastern California, New Mexico for $1,500, maybe $2,000, $2,500, and you sell it for $8,000, maybe $6,000. You double your money and you do great. It's a cash in and cash out deal, and it happens pretty quick. Here's a good example of an infill lot deal, one that we just did. We buy property for $15,000 in urban Phoenix. That's very buildable. In fact, it has a pad right on it from a house that used to be there. You sell it for $32,000, and you do it immediately.
And you don't do the
immediately.
work.
Because there's developers that just love that stuff. And it's probably worth $50,000, by the way. So if you do 10 of those, you make whatever, $150,000 to $200,000 a year, usually on a Sunday. But with rural vacant land, you're only making, I don't know, $1,500, let's say $2,000 on a deal. You do 10 of those a year, you're making $20,000. So both are great, and both have their place. One of the other big benefits too of doing infill lots 2.0 is everybody else is doing the work.
Yeah.
With rural vacant land, you typically do the deed yourself, and you close the deal, and you organize the notary, and there's a little bit more stuff involved. And I'm not knocking it, because man, we've done almost $20 million worth of equity. We created equity, $20 million of equity, the margin, doing rural vacant land deals, and we continue to do them. But infill lots. Why did we change our tune recently? Why, Steve? Have you spent so much time on rural vacant land and now you're bringing up this infill lot? Why are you eking it out? Why don't you just tell us? Because the tools that became available online, like Realtor.com and Redfin.com, that are imperative to succeeding in an urban market, were not available until just a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. That's why. It's look, we weren't doing infill lot deals until what? Last year, really. Mm-hmm. And we just released 2.0 like a couple weeks ago.
We did them as one-offs as they came to us kind of thing, but we weren't seeking them out. And now you've been able to, that's the thing. Now, like you just said, you can strategically go after them and know what they're worth and see the numbers and pick neighborhoods. And we can line up the builders who want these.
Exactly, Joe.
So
the data wasn't available.
Exactly. Well, then my other thing is it's a natural progression. Our group, I think we hung out in land because it is easy and it is profitable and it's great. And so was our group. But we have enough of us now that are like, yeah, we're bored. Let's move on. We want to do some better deals and bigger deals. So here we all go. And that's why we're leading into House Academy. And that's another one that the data is so much better. I can't even imagine a year from now what that data is going to look like.
I just finished writing the raw version of House Academy, the raw version of the ebook, which will be released probably in a couple weeks here on houseacademy.com. If you go there right now, it's just like put your information in if you want to get notified. We'll release the ebook here soon. Excuse me, soon, and that'll tell you what the basic business model is, and then we'll release House Academy whenever Jill tells us to.
Thank you.
She has a whole schedule in her head that she won't share with anyone.
I do.
I stopped making promises on this show a long time ago.
Thank you.
How about time frames?
Because I go in and do them all.
Hey, but good for you. What is it, Sanju?
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yep.
I mean, I say all the way through 2.0, you can't just look at 2.0. You got to go look at 1.0
Start
too,
there.
And look at them both. It's a lot to take in.
Because we're not duplicating it. That's true. 2.0 is not a duplicate.
Different.
You need 1.0 to understand 2.0.
And by the way, the last chapter of 2.0 is what to expect from House Academy whenever Jill lets us release it.
You said that already.
It annoys me.
Good. That's good. It's about time I had one. I get one.
You do it on purpose, or there's some methodology to it?
There is some methodology to it. And I have a strategy. Thank you for listening to my strategy this time. Okay.
Today's topic: why the Shark Tank panel business model works. This is the meat of the show. Well, yesterday we talked about scalability, and it actually probably brought up Shark Tank a few times. Okay. Put yourself in their position. They're sitting there, these 5 panelists, and in front of them are potential businesses for them to invest in. They already have all the hard work done. They have a source of capital. Believe me, they don't use their own money at all. They have Wall Street funds and all kinds of stuff. They have a source of capital. They have, in most of their cases, a large staff already running multiple businesses, and not just Shark Tank companies, but real companies that they've started in the past. So for them, from a scalability standpoint, adding one more, writing a $100,000, $300,000 check, which isn't their money at all, it's all equity in a fund somewhere, and getting 20, 30, 40, 50% of a company that they already know exactly what to do by utilizing their own resources that they already have. QVC is a great example. Whatever her name is.
Lori. She's
the QVC thing. Mm-hmm. So just to add another product on QVC and make $1 billion for the person who designed or already did all the hard work on the product. She's already done all the hard work on the distribution. Everybody wins. Mm-hmm. It's totally scalable for them.
Right.
It couldn't be better. Really, really, really wealthy people, billionaires, add companies to an existing portfolio and an existing staff of people, bring that acquisition in and make it work. And they set it up the whole time to be sold.
I think it's kind of like us. We and partially why it works. I understand what you just said, but what's cool is they only pick the best ones. It's kind of like us with property. We put all this stuff out there. People come to us, and our own deals come to us, and we pick the best ones, only the ones that we want to invest in, and roll them into our system. Just
and
like you
get
said.
rid of them as fast as we can. Exactly. We have a whole system in place and a whole staff to do this.
Right.
And the more deals we shove into the pipeline, the better it is. The more money we make, and the less stuff we have to do. Mm-hmm. So it's a great model for them. It's a great model for us. And the reason that we're not tooting our own horn here. You know, we have multiple members doing this, especially from the lending side. Justin Sleva, who we partnership deals with, it will be on the show tomorrow, actually for the next few shows, and we're going to ask him all about that. Lending is even taking it a step further. If somebody, we haven't done this personally yet, but Justin's been doing it with our members, and we're going to pick his brain about it. Somebody who sources a great transaction, they don't have the cash or they don't want to spend it, just like Shark Tank. We bring it to Justin, give him a piece of the pie, no skin off your nose, you go sell it, and you split the margin with him as a private investor. You can do thousands of times more deals than you can with your own money.
It's true.
And everybody wins. That's
true.
Just like the contestants on Shark Tank. Everybody wins. You can do 100 products if you align yourself with somebody who can finance it and distribute it.
I think the only thing you need to do is get experience, number one. 2, build your credibility. Be a good person, by the way, because that happens sometimes. We come across people that maybe aren't the best kind of people. So be a good person, or we're not doing deals together. And then the third thing is get your team in place, because when you're coming to somebody like us or Justin or whoever it is to get the funding, you need to quickly go back and you don't want to be a one-man show. You want to have your team in place and really crank it up.
Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying, or maybe it doesn't. I'll say it anyway. The deal has to be good.
And
there has to be a good deal, a good piece of property,
that too,
and a good, quick, fast sale at a great price. And I mean, great.
And you don't want to waste somebody's time with that too, by the way. Don't come to them with I think it's a good deal. I'm going to throw it in front of the panel, and then they're going to tell me if it's a good deal or not, and then I'll know to follow through.
That's very
Don't
bad.
Waste some time, because after 3 of those, they don't want to talk to you anymore.
Really, after 1.
Thank you.
And then the second thing that it's imperative to have is just be a cool person.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of...
I said be a good person. You just want to make them a fun person.
There's a lot of adjectives that you can describe people with. All of them I can't say on this show.
I'm just having fun.
You just need to be, like, bearable. I'm going to quote Alice Cooper. He said, I just love this quote. He said, there's a million guys that I could hire to play guitar for me. There's only very few that I can stand to be on a tour bus for 2 weeks and just stand to even be around them.
I get it. We get it. So am I the only one that made the cut?
Yeah.
Talk to me. If it weren't me, who would be your co-host?
I don't know. We tried that. Remember that?
Thank you.
It was awful.
I appreciate that.
When we started this show, this is episode 865.
Wow.
When we started this show, I had guests. Some of them were our members. This is years ago in 2015. And they would forever not show up. So Jill would sit in. I'd pull her out of her office and say, we got to do it again. She's like, great. And then they started showing up for a while, and everybody was emailing me saying, it's way more fun with Jill. I want to hear what Jill just has to say. Hey, by the way, Jill's got her own show.
Yeah, I do.
A live show every Wednesday.
Yeah.
On YouTube and
Facebook Live. Yeah. And it's growing into other shows.
Yeah.
So there's more coming.
Way more popular than this show.
Ha!
This show's episode 865 with 6 listeners. Her show is episode 7 with 6,000 listeners.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome. Wait to hear the new show. That's going to be great.
It's prompted Jill to do what I think is going to turn out to be helping women in business show.
Exactly.
Which I think is awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
Well, you've done it again. You spent another 15 minutes or so listening or watching the Land Academy show. Join us next time where we discuss how to buy and sell land with Justin Sleva.
Yay. And we answer your questions posted on our online community at landinvestors.com. It's free.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
I'm excited for Justin the next 3 days.
Me too.
You guys are going to have fun.
Me too. I think it's another set of eyes, so to speak. It's just a whole new... He's been with us for a long time. He's got a great story. He bought the program for his wife.
Yep.
And she's like,
you gotta be sure to ask about that.
I don't want to. His wife's like, yeah, that's fantastic. Good for you.
Yeah. There were parts that she liked and parts that she didn't like. So when it came time for that they looked at and thought about. I know he'll tell you, him taking over. She's like, here.
What were the parts? Do you know? Or I guess I should ask him.
You know what's funny? I want to say that Jessica didn't like the talking on the phone parts.
Amen, sister.
Right? And so I think that was it, but Justin will share that more with you. Does he know that there's video involved, by the way?
No.
Oh, this is going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Well, he must know.
I hope
because he watches the show.
Does he know he's going to be on video? This will be good.
I don't know.
Can't wait to see you two cuddle up like we are in the studio. It's going to be awesome.
I'm going to be off the screen.
Yeah. That's great.
It's really yucky, Joe.
That is so funny. Hey, wherever you're watching or listening, please rate us there. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.